Hello everyone, today is Monday, June the 7th. My name is James, go by Rascals Resellers here on YouTube and on eBay. We had two sales over the weekend. We also had a very busy weekend. We had graduation. I've got a little bit of footage that I can show you from that. I'm not real sure what I can or can't show you due to getting like a copyright strike or anything like that, because there was a lot of music, also a lot of kids. I'm not really sure who's above 18 or not. So, but I've got a little bit of footage that I can show you from that. Went off without a hitch. But let's get the two orders. I've already actually got them pulled. We're just going to go ahead and go through and get them packed and get them to the post office. Let's get started. Alright, so the two things that sold, they both sold Friday late afternoon, actually while we were at graduation. It was these rock revival shorts. They are Kai. Let's see if I can get in there where you can see that. The Kai shorts. They're brand new with tags. This is something my daughter actually brought in when she came in to see her brother's graduation. I sold it for her. It actually sold like within 24 hours, if even that. And I'm splitting the profit with her. The other thing that sold was this Starbucks coffee mug. It says First Store on it. And this sold actually for $29.99, free shipping. So the coffee mug is going to go in the box. It's just a 7x7 by 6 box. You get these boxes free from the post office. All you gotta do is create a login. And I think I'm gonna put the shorts, I said first class shipping on the shorts and the buyer was okay with that, but I think I'm gonna go ahead and put them in a bubble mailer and just do priority. It was a good profit off the shorts, so I think I'm just gonna spend a few extra bucks, get it to the client faster, and I really don't think they'll complain. So let me set up the other camera and we'll get these two items packed and go from there. All right. So I've shown coffee cups a couple of times. The problem with a lot of coffee cups is the way you have to pack them. They almost always have to go priority. And there's not a lot of coffee cups out there that once you pay for it and ship it priority, that you're going to make a lot of profit. The fact this one sold for $30, I mean, it is Starbucks. It's from 2010, so it's like 11 years old. It has the First Store, Starbucks store on the back, so I'm guessing, I mean, there's a buyer for it, but it's set for a while. So, again, I did a whole video on what I thought about glassware and the direction I wanted to go with that. I got this, it's just a giant bubble wrap bag, to be honest with you. I'm not even really sure where it came from. We had it from something that we got, I guess. So I think I'm just going to take the cup, I'm going to slide it in there, in the bag. But recycling bubble wrap, that's always a great way to save some money. I'm kind of putting it through the handle. I know you can't see that, but I'm sliding the corner of the bag through the handle, and then I'm going to push a bunch of it down in there, and then I'm just going to kind of roll it up. I mean, it's not going to be a pretty job, but in reality, it's going to get the job done. Go one that way. And of course, overuse packing tape like I always do. Probably my biggest expense because I know I overuse it. And then I'm going to go this way before I tape that down. I want to make sure it's going to fit in here. Fits in there pretty good. I'll probably slide some packing paper on either side just to make sure it's going to stay. Actually, I don't even think I'm going to use another piece of packing tape. I'm just going to put some packing paper in there to sure up those empty corners. I don't really know how I could pack it any safer than what it is right now. Like I said, it's not pretty, but it is effective, and it will get the job done. And once we close the box, as long as it's not bouncing around, it'll be alright. Just make sure this thing's not going to bounce around in there. No, it's in there nice and firm. So I'll get this taped up and I will get it weighed and we'll get it shipped out. And then the shorts, again, I said first class mail on these, and the buyer was okay with that. But it was another one of those scenarios where I felt like it was going to be more comfortable to buy the insurance. And by the time I bought the insurance and everything, it was just slightly more to just go ahead and do priority and get up to the $100. So I'm just going to slide these in here. I've put jeans in these before. They've got there with no problem. In this particular case, the buyer is expecting first class delivery, so if they get it early, I'm sure they'll be even happier. But this really is going to be pretty simplistic. We're just going to go that's it. I'll put a piece of tape here and maybe on these corners down here to make sure it doesn't rip out, but I really don't think so. This actually fits in there a lot better than most jeans. So I'm going to get the labels printed for these and get them put on. I'll come back with a little bit of graduation footage and we'll do some numbers. Be back. So I did get everything to the post office and it's all off to its new home. And I want to go over a little bit of graduation stuff just on a personal note. So the last video showed you the weather and it was just horrible. It was raining. It's rained in South Texas for like, it seems like off and on for like a couple of weeks. I can't keep up with my grass. It's a good problem to have in South Texas, but still, when you got an event like a graduation that's going to be held outdoors, you do get a little concerned. But the weather ended up being basically perfect. The only thing we could have asked for was for it to be a little bit cooler, but it didn't rain, so I'm good. I'm not going to complain. Secondly, the school held a celebration for the wife and I right at the end of the graduation. They shut off fireworks so the wife and I could celebrate this. Look, we're celebrating the fact that we're done with all the kids. We're done. No more kids. They've all graduated. And then lastly, we had a post-graduation interview with the graduate. Real quick, how does it feel to be graduated?
Great, amazing, 10 out of 10. 10 out of 10.
All right, all fun and games aside, graduation went off without a hitch. By the end of the summer, the wife and I will be empty nesters, but everybody's done their thing and we're batting 1,000% on high school graduations. So let's go ahead and go over the numbers now. All right, so our gross sales for the two sales was $104.99. The cost of goods was $33, which took us down to $71.99. Now, for cost of goods, I split that with the shorts. I split the profit with my daughter, so all I did was just back it out, and what the part that I gave her would be my cost of goods, so that way I'm not paying tax on the full amount of profit that's going to be shown. That's a tax question, that's a tax conversation. I'm not qualified to have that conversation with you, so I'm not going to attempt it. After the $71.99, we have eBay fees, which were $14.24. That took us down to $57.75. Then we had shipping, which was $16.35 and took us down to $41.40. Both items did go priority mail. The shorts didn't have to go priority mail, but after I would have paid for the insurance and everything, it was actually quite a bit easier, and the client's going to get the product faster. So I really think that's going to be a good customer service type thing. It gave us a total of $41.40 for total profit, and then that left us with a profit margin of 39.4%. Now, mind you, that was only 2 items that sold over the weekend. Now, I'm really not going to complain about that, mainly just simply because I really still, unfortunately, haven't really listed anything new. The only new thing that I actually listed were the shorts, and they sold within I think it was within 24 hours. They were real quick sellers. Within an hour of having them up, I already had offers on them, so I kind of held out for a higher price. And I think the third person that came along, they actually sent me a message saying $75 question mark, and I asked my daughter if she was cool with that. She was good, and I was like, all right, yeah, sure, we'll do that. So we did that. So I guess Rock Revival is good brand. I personally never heard of it, but there again, that's the benefit of having, children that are in younger age groups and stuff. They kind of have an idea of what the trends are and things like that, so they can kind of help out with that. That's going to do it for me today. Hopefully it's kind of a quick, short, and to the point video. I kind of went on a little bit on a personal note, but the whole graduation thing was kind of a big event in our life, so I wanted to document that and share it with everybody. But if you found any of the information in this video to be helpful or useful, we would appreciate you subscribing and hitting the thumbs up button, and definitely ringing the bell so that way you'll know when the next video comes out. Until next time, thank you very much and have a great day.